What's going on, guys? Mez here, and I want to quickly summarize the answer to a question I typically get. Why does the body tighten up? Well, there's a lot of situations that will force the body to tighten up, some being too much activity without enough rest and recovery strategies, too much sedentarianism or too much exposure to sustained or repetitive postures throughout the day without enough postural variation, or too much repetitive movements or the same mundane movements over and over again without enough exposure to movement variations. But the question still exists. Why does the body feel the need to tighten up in these situations? Well, the answer comes from what we currently think we know about something called motor control, or how the brain organizes our movements. So there's certain nerve sensors in our joints and our muscles that, when stimulated through mobility and controlled mobility, provide the central nervous system or the brain with accurate information about our body's current position in space. The brain uses this information to process and plan our next movement and stabilization strategies. Without that information from the body about our current position in space, the brain is forced to search for a plan B strategy for accurate information about the body's position in space and stabilization. The easiest way for the brain to create a plan B strategy is to increase resting muscle tension or increase resting muscle tone in muscles that are predominantly designed to move and propel us. For example, the upper traps, the quads, the hamstrings, the hip flexors, the areas of the body that we typically want to be stretched or massaged. So this is why we currently think the body tightens up. It's because there's a lack of information from the body to the brain about our position in space, and now the brain is left with inaccurate information about our position in space in order to organize our next movement strategy or our next stabilization strategy. So the plan B strategy of increasing tightness or increasing resting muscle tone is the brain trying to find stability, or the brain trying to find an alternative route to get information from the body. So this is another reason why controlled mobility matters, and this is why we currently think the body tightens up. Thanks for listening.